Hello, is that better? I don't even know if we're live. Oh, we have somebody, I think. One moment, Liz. So I'm just trying to hold my phone at the same time. I don't want it to be round three is a charm. Let's hope. Let's hope. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. I just want to try and block out any background noise. Yes, perfect. Awesome. Okay, let's try this. I don't even know. I'm hoping it's recording. Let's be fair. Anyway, so where we were talking is about different seasons and where you are right now. And obviously in New Zealand, we're in lockdown at the moment. And if you missed that before, it means that our government have put us into lockdown. It means that we're only allowed out for essentials. And that's basically your pharmacy and your supermarket. And we can go out for some exercise, but we have to stay local. And so it just means around your area and going for a walk. They've also moved our school holidays up as well. So at the moment we're in 2 weeks school holidays and then we go into the rest of the 2 weeks of lockdown. Now they've said this is a minimum of 4 weeks, so it may look longer. Now for us over here in New Zealand, our government have been really forthcoming and really proactive in locking us down to stop the spread of the virus. And also so in Australia, Queensland, we're still designated as to be open, therefore to close now means zero financial assistance. Okay, we're going to get to that, Liz. And we've got, well, I can't help you with that as such, but I see that there's so many things going on in Australia at the moment and different states, and the states have to be more proactive. The government can say something, but the states are the ones that have to do it, is my understanding. I might have that completely wrong. And it does make it very, very hard, because when you are wanting to be proactive and stop the spread of the virus, then it does make it hard if you're not getting that financial assistance. So on Wednesday, we're going to talk about, and hopefully we can go live a different way. On Wednesday, we're going to talk about how to pivot rather than pause, because just because we are in lockdown in New Zealand at the moment doesn't mean that we can't still be working on our businesses. We can, there's so much more that we can be doing and engaging our clients as well. So we're going to talk about that. But I thought today what I really wanted to talk about is the feelings. So Liz, how are you feeling like, if you could describe, say, in 3 words, what are you feeling like right now? And you, Laura, what are you feeling like? What are those feelings, so that we can discuss those feelings and can help you move forward? Because one of the things is that we cannot control what is going on out there at all. But what we can control is what we see, what we're putting into our minds, and what we're doing. So if you're consuming and you've got like all the updates coming through and you're watching every piece of news about it, and you know, that can be really, what type of mood is that going to put you in? So for the likes of me, and I can tell you about what I'm doing, and I'm in the same boat as some of you, in that we are, you know, without salon owners, I don't have a business, and without your clients, you don't have a business as well. So we all are navigating our way through this. So it's all new, and I don't have all the answers. I can just share with you my thoughts, and obviously as a community, because we're all in different seasons, we can all help each other out and, you know, social distancing, hold each other's hands through this. So Liz, I've been on holiday since the 18th, so today I decided if I start again tomorrow. So when you say you're going to lose most of your clients, does that mean because you won't be able to start back up, or is that because they're going to go somewhere else? And feeling really vulnerable is a big thing right now. I think you're not the only one that feels vulnerable. We are all feeling. But do you know what? I think this is, we have a gift in a sense, and I'm not taking anything away about what's happening. I feel frozen, stuck, animated, very, very unlike you, yes. So, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate that for you in Australia, that the government are putting you in this position that you don't get any financial assistance because other salons are still open. I see. Yeah. So you do feel frozen and you're stuck, and only you can make a decision that's right for you. And what is going to bring you some relief? Like, at the end of the day, you're compromising yourself and you're compromising your clients, and the government is obviously compromising because there is the community transmission, which is something that is obviously they're trying to curb or flatten out. Stuck and unmotivated. The thing is, do you know what, Liz, I sort of felt like that before we were going into lockdown. I was feeling a little bit unmotivated, so unlike me too. And I was like, what can I do about this? And I thought, at the end of the day, I can only do what I can do. And do you know what? I'm passionate about my business and I love my business. And for me, I can work online, so there is not that social interaction. But I just think I had to carry on as normal and be of service is the best way that I could be to my community, and help them as best as I can. And that's just being honest. And, for some of the salons in New Zealand, before we even shut down, they were losing clients. Not losing clients. Clients were too scared to come out because they didn't want to put themselves in that vulnerable state. And we get that. Everyone is very, very fearful at the moment. So in saying being unmotivated, I just think that we have to go through these feelings. We have to acknowledge that this is how you're feeling, that we have to acknowledge that we don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We have to acknowledge that, is this an opportunity for us to look back and look at our business model? Is this an opportunity for us to think about what have we done, or what could we do different going forward? Is this what I want? Do I want a big team, or do I want to work by myself, or do I want to be part-time, or, I think there's so many things that this gives us the opportunity to look for now and just really reflect about, is this what you truly want? Because I feel on edge and uncertain and scared. I've had to move my business home from the spa that I had due to the tenants upstairs being so noisy. This all happened at once, so I managed to grab 90% of the spa before lockdown. I'm scared that clients won't come to me as I've gone from commercial premises to home, slightly rural, wherever lifestyle block. Laura, are you in New Zealand? But yes, feeling on edge and uncertain, and scared, they are all normal feelings, and you're not on your own. So I think we have to acknowledge those and make sure that we aren't thinking, I have to take so much action. So a lot of us are very action-orientated people, and we want to be taking action all the time. But I want you to probably just sit back and really learn to be in the moment and just be in the present and just think of all the things that you have got. Like, what are you grateful for? One, maybe it's not that you've got, the coronavirus. Two, it's you get to have some more time with your family at home. Three, what else is it that you can do? Because that's what I thought. I can get some quality time with my family at home. My husband is still working. He's emergency response. He's a firefighter, so he still has to go out and do his job. So it is me and the little one. So I get more quality time with her, We get to hang out and do different things. I mean, she's going to teach me a TikTok, so watch out, you might see that soon. But, just doing things that I probably wouldn't normally have. Working on the business, things that you can do on your business. So many times salon owners say, I don't have the time. You've got the time now. So I know that there is a really financial stress, but it's like, how can we, for everyone that's in a different season. So for those that are in Australia that haven't been locked down, what can you do now? Are your clients still coming to you? Is there going to be an influx before you go into lockdown? Judging by what's happening all over the world, that's happened all over the world, the likely chances are most places will go into a lockdown. So, what is it that you could do? So maybe it's in the group asking those in New Zealand or in America that have been in lockdown or are in lockdown, what do you think that what would you have done beforehand if you'd known a week or two out that you were going into lockdown? So ask those questions, like use the community to get as much help as you can. You're in Capita. Yeah, I want to, Laura, I just think at the end of the day, your clients are going to come to you because they want to come to you. And I think, and this is what I'm going to talk about on Wednesday, is about pivoting and not pausing. And we're going to go through some things that you can do right now that that are going to be beneficial for you in the long run. And so this is a good chance for us to check in with our business and really create good relationships. So one of the things, and I'm going to get to all the comments, but one of the things that I see is people wanting to sell gift vouchers online and, packages and stuff like that. And you can do that. I'm not saying not do that. The only thing I'm afraid, if you do that, making sure that you're not using that money for operational costs. So making sure that money is put aside, because if you don't do that, you're going to end up in a bigger, well, not in a bigger hole, but that's not what I mean, but you're going to have more challenges on your plate if you're not making sure that money is set aside just for that. So although I see lots of people out there wanting to sell gift vouchers and promoting that, I do say if you're going to do it being mindful. And if you are in New Zealand, what I do want to say is that the lockdown is for a minimum of 4 weeks. I'm pretty much guessing it's going to be longer than 4 weeks. And they did indicate that today on one of the breakfast shows. And I do say that is because they've paid out a 12-week wage subsidy. So, and the lockdown was 4 weeks. So I'm guessing it's going to be an in between there, and that part of that 12 weeks will be getting yourself sorted and going back out. So do prepare yourself for a lockdown of a lot longer than 4 weeks. A lot longer. It could be 6 weeks. It could be 5. I don't have that information, and I'm not psychic like that. But I do say do that. Yeah, look, it is absolutely devastating. The anxiety that can happen is huge. But I want you to, whatever you're feeling right now is completely normal. And I did hear today that there is no help for Kiwis over there, that it doesn't matter how long you've been there, how many times you paid your taxes or anything like that. There is not a lot of help over there. And your beauty is shut down. Shutdowns to last up to 6 months. Okay, so this is where you have to think about what can you do. And we can talk about this on the next call, but what can you do to mitigate the consequences of not being open and bring in some sort of financial assistance. So what can you do for your clients? And I have some ideas that we'll talk about on Wednesday that can help you. But again, it's a really good time for you to look at exactly what it is that you're wanting. What does your ideal business look like now? Given that you've got this opportunity to take some time out to look and think, okay, do I want to have team members? Do I only want to work 3 days a week? Do I want to, only do these type of treatments? Like, you get to decide, because this is your business. And maybe for some of you, it's like, actually, this is not making me happy anymore. I'm out. Like, it's just time to really look at what is your driving force, what are you passionate about. And I think for so often that we get caught up in our businesses, like we love our businesses and we're in there and we're doing it, and then time comes and we're just going through the motions, and it's not till something happens like this and go, man, I can get a break now. I can have, although the financial side, if you take that out of the picture, I can, have sleep, I can sleep in, my business is not controlling me anymore, which is ideally where you want to be. So what does that business look like? If you are controlling your business, what does it look like? I'm Kiwi too, Louisa. I think there's relief coming. Cool. I don't think that the government can leave you hanging out to dry. And I don't know much about Australian politics, and I definitely don't want to get into it. But do you know what? I'm sending you positive vibes, and I'm hoping that relief comes for you very, very soon. Oh. I got enough money, so I'm careful. That's awesome. And that's the other thing, is you want to communicate. You want to communicate to your landlords. I know in New Zealand there's been some, landlords can't put up rents for like private homes and commercial homes. They've got mortgage freezes on at the moment for 6 months if you have been affected by COVID-19. So there are things happening in New Zealand. So I want you to be fully informed and make sure that you're making sure that you are not taking advantage of, but you're knowing what your options are and you can choose if this is what you'd like to do. I've got enough money to last 3 months. If I'm careful, that's really good. And that's one of the things that we can say to other salon owners that aren't in lockdown now. Start putting some money aside. Hindsight's a great thing, but our lockdown came sort of, we were at a level 2, and then within 2 days we got told we were going into a lockdown. So making sure that you, if you're in that position, that you can put money aside. Landlord has offered half rent and 4 months in advance. That's awesome. You've got so much to be thankful for, and I think if we see it like that and see that, it's the time that we do have. One of the things that, we say that we don't have enough of is time, and now we've actually been given that time. It's super important. Like, it may be just like doing some simple cold cooking that you love doing, or just going for a walk, or sitting there in the sun. And there's no sun around here today, but reading a book or listening to an audible, making sure. And I don't want you to think that because you've got this time, you have to be working on your business 24/7. You have to be taking all this inspired action. It's not about taking action after action. Sometimes it's about sitting and receiving, and you know what? You've got no control over this. So if you're looking at like, I want to come back into my business, and when this is all over, and I'm going to make sure that I've got these policies and procedures, and I've got, my 12-month marketing calendar planned out. I've got each promo planned out. I've been through the Marketing Pro collection. I've worked through that for every single promotion that we're doing, and we've got like 7 for the year. I know what my team incentives are. How friggin' awesome is it going to be going back in, being even stronger than what you are now? And you will be stronger than what you are now with all these tools and resources in place. Like, amazing. Work from home. Yeah, awesome. Michelle, I'm guessing you are in Australia. Yeah, I did think that, there would be a little bit more support from governments, but I have to say that I can't complain at what New Zealand has done so far for our business owners. And I know that our business owners are putting in their employee employee subsidies, wage subsidies, and they are being paid within, I don't know, 2 to 5 days, which is really good. So I think that get out from the chair. I think much sooner than you plan. I think that's one of the things that we've got time to really process and think about what it is that we want, what it is that we want to go and look forward to. Like, we have never, ever experienced this, ever. And, you know, I think everything happens for a reason, and I believe, and I know you would have heard me say this before, but things don't happen to us, they happen for us. So this is a really big reset for us. It's a big wake-up call, and all those things that we took for granted, you know, just being able to go out for a walk and, you know, go for a run or go down to the shops and things like that, you know, even online shopping, you know, our couriers are only there for essential services. Like, you can't buy anything online at the moment, or here in New Zealand. So it's about thinking about resetting and what is really going to rock your world going forward. What is it that you want? And I think there's a real gift here, and I don't want to, and I'm not taking away from the coronavirus or anyone that's been, you know, had the coronavirus and recovered from it or anything like that. I'm just thinking that we've got a gift here, and we need to find the silver lining and make the most of what we have right now. How's everyone finding it being at home at the moment? I'm thankful for moving into a new house, working for the lockdown, so going niece and also having time. Awesome. That's perfect. I love it. See, finding that silver lining. You're in New Zealand, and what? Let me go back. Wouldn't it be nice if government financial support to help us with our fixed costs, get the staff covered? Yeah. It's about talking to all your suppliers. It's about talking to those, like the power companies. I know that everyone's in the same boat, and it is a flow effect. If we're not getting paid, then they don't get paid, and it carries on. So I think if you take the time to talk to these people. I know that a power company has come out with some sort of ways to pay things. Your suppliers, everyone will be negotiable, and I think that's the thing. And do you know what? At the end of the day, I know that some people are going to choose not to come back to their businesses. Some people are going to come back and they're going to be even stronger. Some people will just come back and they'll be in the same position. They wouldn't have changed anything. So you get to decide how you're going to do this. What type of Facebook posts would you suggest to keep our page active and interactive? Okay, Michelle, you want to come back to Wednesday's live, because I'm going to talk all about pivoting and not pausing. And so this is making sure that you're still interacting with your clients, still engaging your clients, and we've got different things for you, suggestions to go on there. I don't have a home. What does that mean? I'm enjoying being at home at the moment currently too. Awesome. I feel like it's really interesting, and I'll let you know in how I was feeling. I had a little bit of anxiety, I suppose, a couple of days before we knew that we were actually going into lockdown. And I had a feeling we were going to go into lockdown. And I knew that I'd just go get the groceries on the Wednesday because I couldn't get them delivered because every slot was taken. So I thought, that's fine, I'll go and do that, and that's all that we really need. We like, I was thinking, what else can I go out and get? But I didn't need to go out and get anything because we have everything that we really needed here, which was enlightening, because I always think that you always need more, but we actually didn't need any more. We didn't need any things. You know, we have books, you know, we've got everything so that we require, and I don't mean we've got everything because that's not what I meant at all. But everything that we required to get us through the lockdown, we just needed to go and get some groceries, which was fine. And then I felt really, really calm about it. Like I knew that some salon owners would cancel their memberships. I knew that, just like you knew that some of your clients wouldn't come in before, but I felt really calm about it because we don't have control over it, but I can still be the best version of me. I can still stick to the routines. Routines as in such, my routine has changed. So I'm not getting up as early and lying in bed a little bit longer, and enjoying that and not taking that for granted. And, just like I'm not in a hurry to get into the office in the morning, I'm not having to put out as much content and stuff like that. And I don't have all the answers. I may be doing it wrong, but it feels really good for me. So that's what I want to encourage you to do, is do the things that feel really good for you. I have a large lifestyle block, so plenty of space and opportunity to ride my horse. Awesome. Yeah, perfect. Yes, and it was funny missing the interaction. It was funny. I was saying, my husband said something this morning. Oh, my daughter and I, before, we were having a little bit to and back, as you do. She's 12. And anyway, he's like, you too. And anyway, I said, you know what? I said, it's just because we're always together. And I said, but you get to go out and go to work and interact with other people, whereas I'm just interacting with her, and then obviously him when he gets home. So when he gets home, I'm really excited to hear about his night or his day and what's been happening. Oh, you're from New Zealand. I agree, Toni. I think I had a lot of hairdressers. Yeah, I definitely do, Liz. I think there's going to be I think it's going to change a little bit, and I think it's going to not change in so much the way we do, well, it's going to change in the way we do business. And I think going forward, what contingency plans have we got in place? And I think as a leader in the industry, it's super important that we talk about what contingency plans have you got in place. Like some of my private clients, although they are... obviously we've paused their coaching at the moment, but they have had, they've got money in the bank. So the pressure is not as much as in they've got that and they can get the wage subsidy. But we also all have to prepare for it may be longer than 4 weeks in New Zealand. And if you are not in lockdown yet, maybe in Australia, I would pretty much assume it's happened everywhere else in the world. It's probably going to happen there as well. I also think there's going to be huge government incentives to hire new apprentices. Yeah, I totally agree. They're probably, yeah. I think we can survive this lockdown. We will be super busy. We'll bounce back up fast. Hang on, everyone. We can survive. Yeah, we can. And Michelle, you're so right. And we can all do this together. We need to be helping each other. So I don't know if I said it in this one or one of the lives that cut me off, but we do need to be helping each other and supporting one another. And, if we're in lockdown here, what would we have done? What could we tell a salon owner who is not in lockdown yet? What could we tell them? What would you have done differently? Let's help each other out. And let's focus on the good stuff. Don't let this time, and I don't want to say go to waste because it won't go to waste, but I want you to make the most of this time. Like if you're going to come back with an even stronger business model, even be a stronger person, a stronger owner, what can you upskill on? What are you training on? What are you learning? What are you building into your business model? What are you creating so that you can go back strong and make sure that all your dreams are coming true of being a successful salon owner. Awesome. Hi, Sharma. Glad you could make it. Okay, so I think really we've covered all the points. Like I just want us to acknowledge how we're feeling, knowing that it's okay and whatever we're feeling is fine, and that we just need to work with it and, you know, not get caught up in the negatives. You know, there are lots of positives to come out of this. You know, you can Netflix and chill. You know, you've got time to work on your businesses. You've got time to spend with each other. You've got time to help each other out in like communities like this and the other communities that you belong to. You know, what can you be doing just to make this such a nicer time, and just be kind. And you know what? Probably the last thing I want to say before I hop off is, you know, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and stay safe. And together we will all get through this. So go and have a fabulous Monday, the rest of the Monday afternoon, or it might be morning, wherever you are. And come back on Wednesday and we will talk about pivoting and not pausing. But thank you everyone for being here.